Hello folks, the Brown Donkey is back with a new video, and this one's gonna be big. Literally. Today we're tackling Brachiosaurus. We all know and love Brachiosaurus, from its giant size to its supposedly gentle nature. What's not to love? But what if I told you that the animal you've been calling Brachiosaurus wasn't actually a Brachiosaurus? You heard me right. The animal you've been calling Brachiosaurus all your life isn't really a Brachiosaurus. Shocking, isn't it? So, what is this animal that we've been calling Brachiosaurus? The name of the animal that we call Brachiosaurus is actually called Giraffatitan. There is an actual Brachiosaurus though, but it's not quite the same as the animal we picture. So why do we use Giraffatitan to represent Brachiosaurus? Well, to figure that out, we need to look at the history of Giraffatitan and its relationship with Brachiosaurus. In 1909 to 1912, a giant excavation was performed in the Tendaguru Formation in Tanzania, a country in Africa. Many fossils were pulled up from multiple genuses of dinosaurs. This find included a large dinosaur that showed many similarities to the American Brachiosaurus, which was recently named in 1903. Thus, in 1914, they decided it was a species of Brachiosaurus. The remains of this African Brachiosaurus included limbs, vertebrae, teeth, and even a skull, something that wasn't discovered in the American Brachiosaurus until later. This mindset remained unchanged for 84 years, but in 1988, controversy began to rise on whether this was a species of Brachiosaurus, and then, in 1991, the name Giraffatitan was created to describe this animal. However, it remained controversial until 2009, when it was officially declared a different genus of animal entirely, based on huge amounts of research on every individual of both species, which showed major differences. I will link a description below to a paper on the subject. However, before this, many reconstructions of Brachiosaurus used Giraffatitan as its reference. This included the design of the ever-so-famous Brachiosaurus from the movie Jurassic Park. After this, many portrayals of the animal in media were based off this design. This means that most Brachiosaurus that we see in media aren't really Brachiosaurus. So now that we know the backstory of our animals, what are the differences between these two species?
As I said before, Giraffatitan lived in Africa, while Brachiosaurus lived in North America. Both animals also lived during the late Jurassic period. But Brachiosaurus had a longer torso and tail than Giraffatitan. Brachiosaurus's shoulders also poked out more than Giraffatitan, and it had more robust arms. Giraffatitan, on the other hand, stood taller than Brachiosaurus, and its neck stretched more upwards than Brachiosaurus. The hole up of the eye and the skull, which probably has to do with the nose or nasal cavity, was a little larger in Giraffatitan, and had a large curve, whereas Brachiosaurus was more of a slope. Finally, and most shocking, based on what the fossils show, Brachiosaurus was closer related to North American Cretaceous sauropods like Cedarosaurus than to Giraffatitan. There are other differences, but these ones are more minor. This picture of the skeletons by Scott Hartman and this picture of the animals in the flesh by Paleop on DeviantArt shows the differences that I am talking about. So in conclusion, the animal in media that we've called Brachiosaurus is most likely a Giraffatitan. This is because it was once considered a species of Brachiosaurus, and because of how influential Jurassic Park's design was on the appearance of this animal. The two animals were quite different in life and anatomy, and lived in different parts of the world. So this whole thing was a case of misidentification. Case closed! Thank you so much for watching, and have an awesome day!